Hello everyone, this is Asclepius with Echoes from the Caverns. Echoes from the Caverns is distributed by Sir Stile Teckel and is a joint podcast production produced and run by Lord Baldrith, Asclepius and Sir Stile Teckel. The background music is by Stephen J. Goldman. Well, we have a new week, release number 96. We're playing the game and I have two special guests in the studio with me today. I have Amber Raine. Welcome, Amber.
Good morning to you and good evening to everyone else.
And I have Avatar Acid. How are you today, Avatar?
I'm great, thanks guys. It's nice to be here. Thank you.
Lovely, excellent. Okay, so big week. We are in game again. It's released, and update of the Avatar number 96 with an awful lot of news. So, working through from the top, play release 11 now and get your Carnival mask Tricorn hat. Anybody got the hat yet?
I do not have the hat yet, unfortunately.
I have gotten it. I actually got it on the first day that we were able to go in on Dev Plus.
Oh, lovely. Okay, I'm going to stalk you and kill you.
Okay, then.
It might be the easiest way to acquire one. Let's do it.
Yeah, absolutely. I just got in for a brief moment last night, and I've done half of it, but I think there's some difficult stuff coming. Okay. But what I've seen so far I like. It looks pretty good, actually. What's your impressions, guys?
Well, I'm fairly impressed, but it doesn't take much to impress me. I haven't had a lot of chance to get in, and I've had some technical issues while I have been in, up to yesterday, which I've come across the issuance and posted about that in the forum. So hopefully anybody else that's having the same issues I am can reference that and know what the problem is.
Oh, good. Great. Those technical things are always frustrating, aren't they?
Yeah, but in this case, it's totally my fault.
Yeah, well, that happens. Alrighty. So, release 11 successfully launched. Character advancement. Notice we're starting on level 5. That's a bit hard. And we can't successfully kill many things. I've killed a couple of wolves and a spider. I did manage to kill a skeleton mage, which was cool, but the skeleton footman, forget about it. Okay, we have new skills, new scenes, Soulless Bridge. That's a fascinating scene, love that. I haven't been to the Obsidian Keep yet, or the swamps. We've got butchering and alchemy recipes. We can craft health and focus potions. And we can make garlic cheese, bark bread, Ardura's coleslaw, Yolo's catgut goulash, and Gorn's venison roast. Okay, improving creature combat AI. Oh, making the liches smarter, that's rough. The liches are hard enough as it is, thanks very much. And Virtus Pass is going to be a control point. So if we defeat the Dark Elves, then we'll have ever-increasingly difficult waves of them. And 54 new wearables. That's going to be good. I'll have to check that out.
That's a lot of clothing.
It sure is. And 24 new decorations, including the life-size chess set. I saw that chess set. They have one in Valemark.
Yes, they do. It's gorgeous.
Yes. Magic. It's right next to the stage.
Yes, actually it is. Right across the street from the church.
Ah, wonderful. Okay. So there's so much for us to do. And all the performance notes and fixes and things. Oh, you can get a Knight Marshal's winged helm from the vendor in Owl's Head. And the ether vibration amplifier is added to the bar and decoration vendor. You can buy your very own, which is great.
Those are pretty cool looking these days.
Oh, yeah. It's wonderful. Okay. And... oh, yes, the tour guide explanation of Ravensmoor is changed to make it explicit that the tour guide is inside the dungeon. Yes, I found him. So that was good. Still have to get to the swamp. How do you get to the swamp?
It is in the southwest corner of the map.
Oh, lovely. Good. Yes. Oh, and what do we think of the overworld map?
They actually, I wanted to mention that they actually did make the Grand Tour a little more difficult for everyone that isn't Dev Plus, which is just another reason why people should pledge up.
Yes.
The tour guide was actually outside of where he is right now, so it was so much easier to get to him to get our hats.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they kind of bumped it up in difficulty.
Sneaky people. Yeah, I was reading on the forums that is it in the keep? The
Yes.
tour guide is actually in a dungeon.
He is now being like the person that's in the clink.
Yes.
Yeah, he's now
He's
prisoner.
been imprisoned, yes. The poor guy. Okay.
Ooh, it would be so dangerous to be a tour guide.
Well, that's right. I mean, when you sign up for these things, you don't expect that.
Certainly not.
You want to talk about being difficult for being a tour guide? The one in the swamps, that one's... I feel sorry for him. He must have died at least a couple hundred times by now.
How does he die? Does he get killed by the players or the NPCs or the swamps?
The liches, I believe, and the skeletons keep eating him.
They do.
They do. It's hilarious. It was fun to watch.
They're going to have to form a union. I could see that.
Better pay.
Yeah, that's right. Better conditions. Okay. Alrighty. And the starting round wooden shield is now visible. They've replaced humans with kobolds in South Ravenswood. Oh, and the Grand Tour guides should die far less often now, if ever. That's the latest build, number 168. Okay. So there you go. They've got their better conditions.
Ah, so they did get ahead with that. Oh, good.
Fantastic. That's lovely. Okay. All right. Release 11 in-game community events. I tell you what, there's a lot happening this weekend. And here's the latest schedule. Oh, you can look it up in great detail at the Avatar Circle community events. So the Fire Lotus release party at the Fire Lotus Tavern.
Was amazing.
Really?
Yes,
Beautiful.
it was. We had 40 listeners on the radio during her set.
Look, you lucky people living in that time zone. I mean, us
Tell me about it.
Yeah, us poor Aussies miss out on so much. But there you go.
We're going to have to come up with our own thing to make everybody else jealous.
We will. I think we should start an insurrection and plan a hostile takeover.
Well, the amazing thing is, Royal Sexy actually is one of the Australians, so if you all got a hold of him, you could plan something and then kidnap a dev, and it would great.
Actually, are there any devs coming over for the event?
I haven't heard, but I did hear that there was, what is it, PAX is over there?
Yes, it is. Yes, and I'm not sure where in Australia it is. It'd probably be on the East Coast somewhere, because that's where most of the people live. So yeah, we could kidnap a dev. That'd be great. They might never come back.
It's in Melbourne on the 31st of October through the 2nd of November.
Oh, great.
Nice.
Very good. Very good. Okay. And the Story of Vengeance town meeting. PAX Lair gathering. Saturday. Story of Vengeance, Revenge. And a tiny little item there. Gee, that can't be important. The Britannia Theatre Troupe. Performing They Who Dwell in Darkness. So, are we suitably terrified about that?
Oh, yes. Especially knowing the little secrets that are also popping up during that. I'm a little terrified.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. But look, I think it's going to be fine. But we're very excited about it, and I hope people come. I hope they enjoy it. I hope it works. I think I myself am feeling probably what a lot of the developers feel when they push these monthly releases out. They're a mixture of excitement and trepidation and dread, hoping that it actually works.
Yeah.
I can say likewise, that's about how it feels, and knowing that we actually have one special guest that was invited that also said he was going to make it, makes it that much more exciting, yet, oh my gosh, I hope it really works.
Yeah, it just cranks the pressure up so much. And it just makes it that much more important to try and do a good job.
Indeed.
But I mean, look, I know the developers are pretty good guys, and they're pretty forgiving, and they've had situations where they've wheeled these releases out and things have fallen over flat, so I guess they'd understand if we had one or two little issues. But it's a wonderful thing to be able to do, and I guess if I could just make a little bit of a shout out here to the people who made it possible. I mean, obviously, we have the developers who built this game and made all these lovely toys for us to play with. I think you mentioned, Amber, that was it Chris Spears who made sure that the radio was in the last game?
It was indeed Chris Spears who last release actually made sure it was pushed in and was working for release 10.
Yeah, and that's great. And that gave us the inspiration to do this, and then the ether vibration amplifier itself. Was it Phoenix 4 who started work on it and then passed it off to Joviex and Bubonic, who did all the work, and we've got this beautiful device. And then, of course, yourself and the people who run Avatar's Radio. So put it all together, and yeah, we could have something great.
So who does this Avatar's Radio thing?
I have no idea. Some chaotic person that just sits in the shadows and just does weird things all the time. No, actually that would be what Royal Sexy, myself, Trevor, Zealot, and once a month, guaranteed to happen even through persistence, Fire Lotus, and Lady Addie.
I thought so.
Yep. And they do a great thing, and I think it's getting more and more popular, isn't it?
It has blown up immensely. I'm actually wowed by it.
Yeah. And it's probably like a lot of things. It starts small, but as people get to know it and as the popularity grows, people realise what a good thing it is. Suddenly you're almost a victim of your own success.
That's a good way to word it, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a victim, but yeah, it's just amazing. And of course, none of it could happen without the ones that truly make the radio happen are the listeners.
Well, that's right, yes. If no one was listening, it wouldn't be worthwhile. But and you're getting more and more listeners all the time?
We are. It started out slowly, and now we're having about 30 to 40 roughly on non-release weekends. Just posted the numbers for yesterday, and we had 147 listeners throughout the entire day.
That's awesome. That really is good. Yeah. Way to go. That's great. Okay. All right. Well, moving on to more details. At 12 o'clock, a welcome quest. And the details are available there. They're always fun to do. Again, I started one a couple of releases back. And by the time we were past the first one, it was 2 a.m. here. So I thought, no, that's it. I can't do this anymore. But they're getting great. Community hangout, storytelling event. That'll be fun. So how does that... Do you know how that works, Amber?
The storytelling event in Port Phoenix doesn't have anything to do much with anyone but Port Phoenix and anyone who's a writer, actually. You can bring your own story and basically tell it there. Unlike what's happening in the Welcome Quest, Duke Graker is actually reading his over the radio.
Yep.
The storytelling in Port Phoenix, you bring your stories, you read them there, and we all have a great time.
Oh, that's lovely. Good. So you read them by text entry into the chat box?
Yes.
Yes. Ah, that's great. Good. Okay. And exploring Novia. Looking around spooky Braemar. Okay. Sunday morning. Important. The Church of the Darkstarr, the Power of Chaos, creating a fuller, better life. By none other than our High Priestess.
Once again.
Yes, good. Look forward to that. And then the Bear Tavern Brawl, which is always fun. Are you commentating for that, Amber?
I am indeed. I was approached by Balak to commentate for that, so that is definitely happening.
Brilliant. Lovely. And a maze event, a town gathering, again the Story of Vengeance, and a Pax Lair meeting. So it is a packed weekend. So apart from exploring all the new features of the game and finding a way around, developing the character, there is so much to do. And just a very quick segue, which I meant to say, something that Darkstarr said is absolutely true. Please read the instructions. As they've said, they don't have a game manual yet, and it wouldn't be worth printing one because they'd have to print one for each new release because everything changes so much. But they do try their best to tell you what's happened, what's changed, what's different, why it's different, and reading the instructions, the play guides, and all that sort of stuff beforehand saves so much frustration later. And it saves a flood of posts in the forum saying, why doesn't this work and why doesn't that work, when it's all written down there anyway.
Yeah, reading that kind of thing at this point in the game's development is kind of essential.
Oh, it is, yeah. Because as a few people have noticed, the overworld map is different, the hexes are different. I think it works pretty well. But, yeah. And if you read the instructions, you know how and why. Okay, next item. Steam. Access keys. Anybody playing through Steam?
Yes.
I am.
Oh,
I
excellent.
am too, yes.
Excellent. How's it working?
I will answer first. It's working excellent. I am able to download and play the game within 30 minutes now instead of 3 days, so I'm ecstatic.
Oh, that's terrific. Good.
Yeah, I have some issues with downloads. I don't know what it is, but Steam downloads are very quick, as opposed to the client straight downloads.
Yeah.
And I can download the game as soon as it releases out and get in there within 30 minutes now, so I'm really happy about that.
Oh, that's great. Well, I will probably go to that. I chickened out this time because last release, as you recall, we had a party at the Bear Tavern to coincide with the screening with the broadcast of the Avatar Chronicles, and my client or whatever, or the game, chose that moment to crash. And the only thing I could do was a complete reinstall, so I missed the whole party.
Ouch.
Yes. So I've gone from the 64-bit client down to the 32-bit. That seems reasonably stable. I'm going for stability this time. And I've also installed it on a laptop for backup. So I hope to be able to be there. Yeah, next release, or even maybe tomorrow, I'll start taking risks and have a look at it through Steam. Yeah, okay. But that's how you do it, and it certainly helps them work out how the distribution process is going to work.
I'll just put this out as well, guys.
Yeah.
When you play a game in Steam, it actually pops up a message to all of your friends on your friends list, or not, depending on their options, it pops up. Otherwise, they can actually see what you're playing. So if I launch Shroud of the Avatar, it pops up saying Avatar Acid is now playing Shroud of the Avatar. And I've actually had a couple of people ask me what it is already, just by seeing that I've been playing it. So it might be a good way to get some extra word and some extra backers out of the community out there as well.
That's right. That is brilliant. Yes. Yeah. Because just spreading that by that kind of word of mouth, or that kind of distribution, yeah. Extra attention, extra advertising, if you will. Yeah. Brilliant. And as you say, it gets more backers and more interest. Okay.
No harm in there.
Absolutely. That's right. I noticed the money raised is rolling over very nicely.
That's always nice.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay, and moving on, we've got Stile's quick reference card again, which is really great.
Yeah, that's my first point of reference when I get back in the first time every time.
Yes. Because it's so helpful to know all of those things. That is brilliant. Okay, and housing. We have housing lots available in 6 sizes to accommodate all preferences, and they've got a new housing page that'll show you the blueprint images. Very nice.
I'll definitely have to check that one out. I'm interested to see if they've got any dimensions on them yet. Yeah.
Just looking at the picture that they're showing here, it doesn't look like it. It's like a floor plan of the various levels. But there you go. But that's all right. And they'll add more and more houses as they go.
Well, that helps too. I've got the general dimensions of the lot, so if I look at the floor plan, I can probably make an accurate representation.
That's right. Yes, you sort of know how it fits and how it works. Okay. And the MMORPG Shroud of the Avatar Release 11 preview. Here we go. And they had a review of it. So that'll be interesting to read. And a Captivate conference starts today in Austin. Several members of the development team are giving talks there, including Star Long, Finn Staber, Jeff Mellon and Jay Reichman. And congrats to the programmer Zack Shepard, whose student project ELEMENTUM made it to the competition finals. It's really a 2.5D puzzle platformer. Okay. Excellent, good on him. Okay, and they're mentioning BEDLAM again. The final hours of the stretch goals. Anybody looked at that?
I haven't, but I will soon.
Yes. Yeah, I had a look at the little video that they put up last week, and that looks interesting. So I hope they get a lot of support. And a lovely little clip.
This was great.
That was gorgeous. Lord Darkstarr and his daughter training for the feud.
Actually, if you watch it, it's Darkstar's daughter slaying Lord British, and cuteness wins again in the name of Darkstarr.
Oh, yes.
This is for my fellow dogs.
Poor Lord British. He's taken one for the team.
Well, killing Lord British is somewhat of a pastime, isn't it?
It is, that's right. Okay. And time is running out to get the Black Friday bonus. So, anything you want to pledge for the store or the add-on store or purchases, they'll give you a 15% bonus, which is cool. Okay, and as it seems to be, they're taking select items from the add-on store, so if you want them, get them. And what's going this week? The rustic 2-story with a balcony, village home. If you like the look of that, to me it looks like a interesting ramshackle place. But if you love it, rush in and get it, because it won't be there for long. And they have stables to store all your horses. That'll be lovely. And again, the Alienware sponsorship. And there we are. And just a couple of thoughts which, on my limited experience, pardon me, I'd probably agree with. From Baron Drocus Fondulatus, R11 has been the best release to date. The game's really starting to get exciting. I've played in R11 for over 10 hours, and I still don't think I've scratched the surface of everything there is to do and see. So that's...
Yeah, I get that feeling as well. And since I'm sort of late coming in, I'm almost starting over at this point.
Yeah. So the game's getting more and more interesting and more involved, with more and more to do. And I think the polish is getting better and better. And I think stability is getting better too.
Yeah, I'm more interested in having them keeping us occupied by adding more content in there, that's for sure. Which they've been doing quite well.
Yeah. Brilliant. And if what they say is true, only another month or so until it goes persistent. And then we can sort of play it any time we want.
That will help me out quite a bit.
Yes. And Amber, you may never sleep again.
I may never sleep again. Definitely, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm getting all the sleep in now that I can get.
That'll be lovely. All right. Well, I think that's most of the news for the week. Anybody got any more thoughts or comments?
I don't think so. That's a good news reading.
Lovely. Alrighty. So now comes the obligatory time for the grilling and the interrogation. So, Avatar Acid, can you tell us and our thousands of loyal listeners a little bit about yourself? Your history with Ultima, where you are, how many you've played, and those sorts of things?
Sure thing. So I am in Sydney, Australia. I've been here for about 15 years now. I have moved over from New York State, that is. I got my start with Ultima quite early on, probably around 1988, on my 11th birthday, I'd say. So I got Ultima 3 Exodus for the for the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Yep.
And at first I kind of played it and was like, I don't know what this is, it's not action, but I'm not playing it, and I kind of threw it aside.
Yeah.
And it's one of those games where you had to read the instruction manuals and the story to go along with it. And being a young pre-teenager, that wasn't really what I was into.
Sure.
I was looking for Double Dragon and Ninja Turtles and some button-smashing madness, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But eventually, I got bored enough, and I picked up the instruction book, and I played through the game, and it kind of opened my eyes. It was my first RPG and first real game, I would say.
Yep. And you do have to read the manuals, don't you?
Pretty much. If you want to be able to play the game at the beginning and learn how to get those initial steps in and get through it, then yeah, you do. So I've played every Ultima since, except for Martian Dreams, I believe, and I've got a good history with Ultima, and I love it a lot, as you can tell.
Oh. Once you fall in love with the genre, with the style of game, it's sort of hard to let it go.
Yeah, it is. And unfortunately, they're all so great, they've ruined me for the rest of the gaming industry.
Yeah. I mean, there are other games out there. Many other games. But nothing that really quite compares, is there?
Well, in my biased opinion, not really, no.
No. Yeah. Because there's so much thought that goes into it and so much detail. And even in the really early releases of this one, they're starting to give teasing and ethical conundrums and difficult choices already.
Yeah, that's the Ultima I remember.
Yeah. And it's lovely just messing with your head in those ways.
Very much so.
Yep. Yeah. Okay. And when did you hear about Shroud?
I heard about Shroud early in... I can't remember now. 2012, was it March 2012?
Right.
I had finally bitten the bullet and signed up to Twitter. The reason why is because I actually started making Ultima stuff inside of Minecraft. And
Okay.
I started uploading that stuff, but I needed a way to get people to actually look at it. So
Yeah.
I logged into Twitter, and I eventually got in contact with WTF Dragon over at Ultima Codex.
Yes.
And he put some of my stuff up on his site, which was awesome. And, that was my first kind of recognition for anything to do with fan-based Ultima stuff. And it was through his tweets that I learned about Lord British's countdown to the Ultimate RPG.
Right.
So I think that was fairly early on in 2012, and I registered for the form. I registered for the forum in 2013 and donated, I believe, just as they had the initial 24-hour
The Kickstarter.
lead-in. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, tremendous. So you've been in from the beginning, really.
As close to the beginning as I could get in.
That's terrific.
I dropped in as a citizen, and
Yes.
as soon as I saw the Knight's Keep, I upgraded to Knight.
Oh, wonderful. Beautiful. Yeah, there's some pretty nice houses and things available at the higher pledge levels.
They are very nice, yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. And what type of thing are you looking for, or are you looking forward to in the game? Are you mostly a quester, a PvPer, a adventurer, or all of the above?
I wouldn't really exclude anything. I'm
Yeah.
not so much of a PvPer these days,
Mhm.
but I'm definitely into all sorts of adventuring and roleplay.
Yep.
I like to support the community stuff involved in Shroud of the Avatar as well, so I like writing, and I love the Poet Circle music efforts into getting music into the game, which is very important to me. I love the original Ultimate music,
Yes.
so yeah, I'd love to see some of those in the game as soon as possible as well.
Fantastic. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again, I am awed by the amount of talent in the community in many respects. In art, music, story writing, all combinations. We've got a pretty darn good community. And
Yeah, we certainly do.
they're enriching the game.
Yeah, I've seen some great stories get out there since the new writing groups have fired up.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I believe the Poet Circle has gotten through about 40 songs in just a short couple of weeks, approved for entry into the game. So it would be great to hear some of that stuff. Yeah.
That is wonderful. That's good. Because some of the music that is in the game already was, I believe, brought to us from the Poet Circle, and it is exquisite.
Yeah,
it's
they're
lovely
doing
stuff.
A pretty good job.
They certainly are. Yeah. So
I'll pump a couple of names out there if you guys want to go to SoundCloud later on and listen to them. They're pretty cool tracks.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's Hail Novia, I believe, which is scheduled to play on the Overland map.
Yes.
And that's done by Tomas.
Mm-hmm.
My favorite so far is Salty Dog Shanty by Richard Daskus, and I love the pirate songs.
Oh, great. Oh, that's really nice.
Holt himself is wrapping up all of the main Virtue tracks. So go listen to something like Power of Virtue, which I think is an aggregate of all of the different individual Virtue songs into one song.
Wow. Okay, I'll do that. Brilliant. Okay.
But yeah, I, as you can see, I love music, and I think it was a really good part of the original game and the original series, rather. Really look forward to hearing what happens.
Yeah, it was. And some of the music, even in the original games, even in the MIDI format, they stuck with you. They sort of hung around in your mind. The melodies were really nice, and they really enriched the game.
I 100% agree. I've actually started remixing them on some software that I've got and uploading them to SoundCloud.
Oh, fantastic. That's good. Yeah, it was just so lovely walking into Britannia and you hear the music start to play.
Yep.
That was great. Okay, all right. Well, if there's no other thoughts or questions, do you have any questions for us, Avatar Acid?
Oh, geez, I don't know.
Okay. All right.
I guess maybe one for you, actually. Are you gonna, since you're your name indicates the god of healing, Asclepius?
Yeah.
Are you going to present that personality in game?
Good question, and I haven't really decided. It's only an obscure reference to my real life persona, because I don't have much imagination. Some people have a huge backstory. I mean, look at Gabriel Nightshadow. He writes volumes about his backstory, which is wonderful, and it entertains us all.
Yes.
I'm not quite that clever. So, okay. I've got a name. That works. But what I'm going to do in game, I am honestly not sure. I'm still trying to mess around with the various decks and cards and combats. I had a loose idea of being a bit of a mage with healing, so that could work. I played through Skyrim as a mage, and that was pretty cool. But look, who knows what's going to develop.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no commitments there. But I'm having fun. That's one thing I will say.
Well, that's a prerequisite.
Oh, absolutely. Okay, all right. So, any final thoughts, Amber?
I would like to mention one name, if I may, of the Poet Circle, who has put in a lot of
Certainly.
music and
Yep.
is just amazing.
Yep.
And of course, that's Jared Califf. He's
Yes.
got to be one of my favorites that we have gotten to play. And anyone who hasn't actually gotten to listen to his music should head over to SoundCloud as well.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. Jared has the most tracks approved for SotA so far.
That's
Excellent. All right, well, that's a well worthwhile shout out, and I totally agree. Everybody should head over there and look at it, because the talent there is just awesome. Okay. All right, well, I think we'll wrap it up there. Thank you very much, both of you. Thanks, Amber. Thanks, Avatar Acid. It's been wonderful to have you with us. And,
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Thank you. And best of luck in the game this weekend. Hope you don't die too many times.
We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm no tour guide, so we'll see.
That's right. A final word to the community. You can help us make this a great newscast. If you see or hear of something newsworthy or something the community should know about, let us know. We would love to spread the word. So drop us a line at lordbaldrith@thecaverns.net, asclepius@thecaverns.net, or stile@thecaverns.net. Thanks to Sir Stile Teckel for the technical and website work with the newscast, and also to Amber Raine for airing the program on avatarsradio.com. Background music is Dark Planet by Stephen J. Goldman. So until next week, when we hope to catch you again, have fun in New Britannia. And this is Asclepius with Echoes from the Caverns.